We get an update on the Summoner Appreciation calendar fail. Ultron is still bleeding, and rewards are announced for Phantasmagoria. Yes, hello everybody, and welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions News. It's your Wednesday 3rd edition of the news. Before going anywhere, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button with post notifications on. Returning back to the channel each day for new content being posted. That would be amazing. Thank you very much. But without further ado, we've got Kabam fails, we've got other aspects of community stuff to cover, so let's jump into the news today. Our first story begins on Twitter, and I saw this post by Frojo34. If you're not familiar with his channel, go to the link in the description, go and give a subscribe, like, and watch some videos. That would be amazing. Does Fortnite as well as mainly Marvel Contest of Champions. So it's good to give that community support and love. But the fact is, comes up with this theory, as well as I think I've seen a few other people comment about this theory as well, based on the fact that we have a Spider-Man related crystal this month and a 98 calendar pinpointing maybe future events. Does it mean that by at least end of August, or maybe August time, or maybe September time, will we see a mutant based event? This is the corresponding week that we're all talking about, and it would be quite exciting to see another base mutant event. I really would like to see more of my favorite Xmen being put in. I'm even reading some stuff up and getting quite excited and potentially hyped for the idea of maybe receiving Lady Deathstrike in the future, but I will probably be doing an updated puzzle video very soon to kind of highlight maybe some more champions that we could receiving in the next few months. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think? Do you think we're going to be getting a mutant based event? Do you think it's not going to be a possibility? Put it in the comment section down below. Next up, and Coral. Yes, unfortunately with Coral, I think a lot of players are going to find that they're going to have much left over, and they're like, well, I'm not even close to getting to the next rift. Even some players commented on the fact that they may have at least 9,000 coral, and were left a day ago going, right, well, this is really annoying because I'm not able to get myself that last epic rift. I'm just this close. With Iniago having the same issue as we just pointed out. So what has been done, or what can be done? I can't find the post to clarify this, but it does seem that this has been taken from something that Kabam Mike has basically put to say they've extended the time frame for when this event is going to last, because I think it was the case that the rifts were due to close at a certain point earlier than the other content that was going on at the time. So what they've done is they've increased the time that the rifts are available, the corals available, and as well for the Fantastic Four champion use solo event. So that is good to have that extended. So yeah, there are positives from this. Make sure you get your grind in now. Don't feel too disparaged, but you need to kind of get your grind in ASAP, as otherwise it's going to be quite disappointing. I think the calendars are going to not kind of sync up correctly, and also the extra coral that's in the daily deals, I've just checked and that has gone, so that is a bit disappointing. So then anybody that maybe want to get to that next rift or that next crystal, you may be left disappointed. But make sure you check your grind. Just double check your numbers as well to make sure that you can actually achieve a rift. Otherwise it may be a bit of a fruitless endeavor for you. Next up, and as you know, last month we commented on the fact that Ultron's bleeding. Like, what the hell is going on here? But yes, Ultron has been bleeding. It was noticed to be checked in as well as hopefully fixed. And where are we up to at the moment? Ultron is still bleeding, ladies and gentlemen. Ultron is still bleeding. I like the way someone pointed out, I don't know who it was, that said like, bleeding oil. Why not? Yeah, just why not? Kabam, sort it out, please. Next up, we have the announcement for the rewards as other aspects of Phantasmagoria. I like this first paragraph. I'm going to J. Jonah Jameson this.
I've heard it, people. I've seen it all around the battle realm. Spider people are going berserk, attacking any innocent people they can see. What is causing these so-called heroes, these masked menaces, vigilantes to attack everyone? No one knows. Who's gonna solve this mystery, you ask? Well, two other masked vigilantes, that's who. That mouthy mercenary Deadpool, and New York's most abhorrent criminal, Spider-Man. Now, I don't know about this Deadpool character, but you think Spider-Man is a hero for doing this? Yeah, well, see how much destruction he causes this time, especially with his new best friend.
I think I'm sounding a bit too much like Alex Jones than J. Jonah Jameson.
The water's turning the frogs gay,
apparently. And as you know, we've got Mysterio as well as the stealth suit Spidey coming into game. If you want a full breakdown through some data mined information, as well as some breakdown of the characters in general, then hit the link in the description to take you to MCC Journal for the Mysterio video. as well as the Stealth Suit Spidey video. Moving on to the rewards, and it does seem that we've retained and will still ongoing thing that will receive those buffed rewards on Master, which is great. It means that a lot more players are more interested to grind it out, especially those endgame players that maybe go, do you know what, I want to pick myself up an Ultimate Crystal, a load more 5-star shards than normally would from Master, or maybe even that fully formed 4-star, because it could mean improvement with Summoner advancement scoring. Also, the fact that, hey, most people that are at endgame or kind of like at higher rating will have a load of 4-star, so it could mean another max signature, which is an additional 275 5-star shards. So there are positives there for that. It's just when it comes down to uncollected, there's still a lot of players that talk about the idea that this should be buffed, and whether or not Kabam will go down the route of doing this, it's still yet to be seen, but maybe that could be something in the later months of the year. But I suppose with the Summoner Appreciation Calendar, this could be something to maybe kind of give back to the player base. Maybe it's a case of like avoiding that, maybe putting side quests in order to bump up rewards. That could be something as well. Just to say, we don't really need to buff it because we've buffed other stuff. Talking about the Summoner Appreciation Calendar, did you know that there was an epic fail? Yes, it failed to go live on time, and as well for a lot of players, they were left without. Something that Kabam have actually addressed. Kabam Mike says there was an issue that caused the calendar not to appear right away. We fixed the issue and the calendar should be available to anybody that has not claimed the other calendar rewards today. Unfortunately, anybody that has already logged in before the fix will have to wait for the calendar to reset tomorrow and will be 1 day behind. We've added another grace day to the end of the calendar to compensate for this. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I know how much you were all looking forward to it. Even though this sucks, it does look good that they've at least put that extra grace day in. So it's not a complete loss, it just means you got to wait an extra day. But if you're pissed about it, then have your say in the comment section below. Go mental, yeah. Go absolutely deranged. Go bonkers. In other news, let's talk about dungeons. Now, this post has been done by Alex Skills. It goes by a different name when it comes to the forum. And there was a video that was put out. If I find the link to it, I'll put it in the description down below. But the fact is, with the video as well as this post here, it just talks about the process of finding a partner and the way that the system can be sort of abused or sort of, well, just done for trolling. Maybe people don't really understand the system. Maybe people are out to troll. When they put lower rated champions in and then queue for dungeons, and then you get linked together to find a partner for the matchmaking and find that they can't really get past dungeon room 1. A perfect example can be seen here for putting in 440 4-stars and then here with an experience. I've personally had this experience as well, very fresh. This was something that when I was on holiday, I was like, right, I want to grind out some dungeons. I'm close to getting enough for a 5-star crystal. And I'm like, right, well, none of my alliance mates are free at this given time. I've put something online, they're not free. People on my friends list aren't free as well. Time's pressing, I need to get a grind on. Did it and found that someone couldn't even get past room 1, which then made me very frustrated with that waste of time. Obviously, with the cooldown period of being an extension, that Kabam fairly recently extended that period out, which is a little bit sucky because when situations come out like this, you then kind of go like, right, well, matchmaking is the only thing I can currently do at the moment. Okay, I've lost those champions. I'm gonna have to wait a certain amount of days in order to reuse them again, which is pretty sucky. And one thing I do agree with is the fact that this does need to be looked at in some capacity. And I know a lot of people will straight off the bat, as well as a lot of people in this particular thread have gone stating the bleeding obvious, which is, hey, just make dungeon related friends. That doesn't always work, especially with the situation that I've just said. It would be nice to kind of go like, right, yeah, okay, I've got an exponential amount of dungeon friends. Oh, look, the friends list can only go up to 50 people. Isn't that great? Would it be great to extend that more to like 100, 150, 200, and then go, right, well, I've got a load more friends online at this time that can do it. That would be a better option. I'm not going to be giving like to this troll account that's always in the forums, but I will just say that the 2 points from these particular people here, that's Guardian, Serious Break, and Polyoman, these 2 kind of points kind of represent exactly what is the feeling towards this. Players feel that there's something amiss, there's something not quite right, and it's a case they'd like to see positive change. Now, like I said, maybe my suggestion is that we have an extension of the friends list and then we add more people in. Because I would like to go, you know, friend, I like skills, but I've got a limited amount of friends that I can have on there. Therefore, we could say, okay, is he free at my time? Maybe not. So that maybe sucks to then try and get a dungeons together or have a dungeons section of the list. Maybe some of my alliance mates aren't free, and the same process goes. Maybe it's a case that they then look into the formatting of it to a point of going, right, well, look, you've paired up correctly or incorrectly. Is it adequately rating you in kind of conjunction with one another? Is your rating a little bit less? Is it 5-star specific? Is it not? Something I feel that Kabam should look into working on. I like dungeons now, which is kind of weird because I didn't before, but it's only because I specifically do things in a way that I go, if I'm live streaming, then I'll play with some lower rated players, and over a 3-day period just go, right, well, it'll take a little bit longer. Maybe I'll then have a big push with Dungeon 7 with some other alliance mates and try and work that in. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I really would like to see something with the Find a Partner, the matchmaking system improved, just for the better for the player base. But what are your thoughts? Have them in the comment section down below. On to our final story, which is arena predictions. Now with the thing, which is the basic, a very sought after basic character at the moment, especially the 4-star, and especially with a lot of players up and coming with the game, they may want to bag this particular champion. I'm going with 3.5 mil, which maybe does seem like a bit more than normal, but I think that the champion has significant hype around it that people will be interested. I wouldn't be surprised that people will put a safety in at 4 mil. I think 3.5 mil is going to be safe. It would be a bit too excessive if the champion goes past 3 mil or 3.2 mil, but I think 3.5 is going to be a safe bet there for this. When it comes to Green Goblin, I feel that the champion does have a good amount of following, that he's popular enough to get into the 30 mils, but don't be surprised if the champion drops into 20 or 20, around 25 mil. But I do feel that if you want a safe bet for this champion, about 30 mil, maybe even pushing to 32 mil could be enough to bag yourself the 5-star version. I really would be surprised if it goes past 32 or kind of pushes up to about 40 mil. That would be completely ridiculous. And then when it comes to the 4-star version, I think the champion's going to go for about 5.5 mil as a 4-star. But if you want to snag yourself one and you don't want to have the hassle of kind of going, oh, I didn't get it, 6.5 mil may be enough for that. But like I said, I feel it's going to go 5.5, but I'd rather say put in that extra 1 mil to be safe. There we have it. That has been your Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday the 3rd of July 2019. It is update day, so do expect a lot of content from myself. I'll be doing a boss battles video as I normally do. I'll be then doing some further other videos in conjunction with that, and hopefully squeezing in a live stream. If not, it will probably be like a later live stream. So do look out for that whenever that goes live. But do bear in mind some of my videos take a little bit longer to make. I mean, MCC News takes between 3 to 4 hours to make in total. So I do take my time. Sometimes the editing's crap. Sometimes it's really good. But in any case, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Support the channel by hitting the join button, the membership scheme. Patreon as well. Support us on Patreon. That would be amazing. And as always, I shall catch you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.